यमुना तीरवनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे जय गंधर्विका गिरिधारी गौर हरे जय गंधर्विका गिरिधारी गंधर्विका गिरिधारी गौर हरि जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय अनंत देव लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय अनंत देव जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह अनंत देव लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय अनंत जय गौर निताय गौर निताय गौर निताय जय गौर निताय जय गौर निताय गौर निताय जय गौर जय पंच तत्व जय पंच तत्व पंच तत्व जय 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 जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय कृष्ण की Hare Krishna. So thank you so much everyone for joining in today's evening Bhagavad Gita classes. So we are reading chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge of Bhagavad Gita as it is. Today we will read 4.12 verse, 4th chapter, 12th verse. Okay. Repeat after me. Kankshanta karmanam siddhim कांक्षन्ता कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्ता इह देवता क्षिप्रं हि मानुष्ये लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा कांक्षन्ता कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्ता इह देवता क्षिप्रं हि मानुष्ये लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा कांक्षन्ता कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्ता इह देवता क्षिप्रं हि मानुष्ये लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा. Anybody would like to repeat? कांक्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्ता इह देवता क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा. कांक्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्ता इह देवता क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा. Anybody would like to say? Okay, word to word meaning. Kankshanta, desiring. Karmanam, of fruitive activities. Siddhim, perfection. Yajante, they worship by sacrifice. Iha, in the material world. Devta, the demigods. Shipram, very quickly. He, certainly. Manushe, in human society. Loke, within this world. Siddhi, success. Bhavati, comes. Karmaja, from fruity work. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Men in this world desire success in fruitive activities and therefore they worship the demigods. Quickly, of course, men get results from fruitive work in this world. Purport. There is a great misconception about the gods or demigods of this material world, and men of less intelligence, although passing as great scholars, take these demigods to be various forms of the Supreme Lord. Actually, the demigods are not different forms of God, but they are God's different parts and parcels. God is one, and the parts and parcels are many. The Vedas says the Vedas say Nityo Nityanam. God is one. Ishvara Parama Krishna. The Supreme God is one, Krishna. And the demigods are delegated with powers to manage this material world. These demigods are all living entities, Nityanam, with different grades of material powers. They cannot be equal to the Supreme God Narayan, Vishnu, or Krishna. Anyone who thinks that God and the demigods are on same level is called an atheist or Pashandi. Even the great demigods like Brahma and Shiva cannot be compared to the Supreme Lord. In fact, the Lord is worshipped by demigods such as Brahma and Shiva, Shiva Virinchi Nutam. Yet curiously enough, there are many human leaders who are worshipped by foolish men under the misunderstanding of anthropomorphism or zoomorphism. Iha Devta denotes a powerful man or demigod of this material world. But Narayan, Vishnu, or Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, does not belong to this world. He is above or transcendental to material creation. Even Shripad Shankaracharya, the leader of the impersonalist, maintains that Narayan or Krishna is beyond this material creation. However, foolish people, Hrita Jnana, worship the demigods because they want immediate results. They get the results but do not know that results so obtained are temporary and are meant for less intelligent persons. The intelligent person is in Krishna consciousness and he has no need to worship the partly demigods for some immediate temporary benefit. The demigods of this material world, as well as their worshippers, will vanish with the annihilation of this material world. The boons of the demigods are material and temporary. Both the material world and their inhabitants, including the demigods and their worshippers, are bubbles in the cosmic ocean. In this world, however, human society is made after temporary things, such as the material opulence of possessing land, family, and enjoyable paraphernalia. To achieve such temporary things, people worship the demigods or powerful men in human society. If a man gets some ministership in the government by worshipping a political leader, he considered that he has achieved a great boon. All of them are therefore kowtowing to the so-called leaders or big gun in order to achieve temporary boons, and they indeed achieve such things. Such foolish men are not interested in Krishna consciousness for the permanent solution to the hardship of material existence. They are all after sense enjoyment, and to get a little facility for sense enjoyment, they are attracted to worship empowered living entities known as demigods. This verse indicates that people are rarely interested in Krishna consciousness. They are mostly interested in material enjoyment, and therefore They worship some powerful living entity. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uda Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shanyavadi Pashat Deshatarine Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sate Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Bhaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangham langayate girim yatkrapatam ham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. So welcome once again. So we are reading from chapter 4 and yesterday in previous shloka we have read right that Krishna reciprocates with the worshippers mood, right? Ye yatha mam prapadyante tams tatheva bhajameham mam vartamanu vartante manushya partha sarvasha. So Krishna rewards the devotees according to their different intensities of love for him, right? And in spiritual world, Krishna reciprocates with his pure devotees, such just as a devotee wants him, right? As a master or friend or son or lover, right? So basically, Krishna was speaking here to Arjuna that ye yatha mam prapadyante, as one approaches me, right? I or as all surrenders unto me, I reward them accordingly. As you react with that, basically action and reaction opposite and equal, right? So as we are reacting or behaving like Krishna, Krishna is also behaving or reciprocating with us, right? So this is what is done means yesterday. And so with this, if we can understand that here Krishna is saying about worshipping him. So as people are worshipping him, he is also reciprocating. So one question can come here, and Arjuna is asking like this: if by worshipping you, Krishna, one is avoided with whatever he wants, then why do people worshipping other demigods and or the influential people, right, with material desires? So this question Arjuna is asking, and so to remove Arjuna's doubt and remove all of our doubts, Krishna is speaking the next verse. This 4.12. What is that? Kankshata karmanam siddhim yajanta hiya devata shipram hi manushya loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. So, translation: men in this world desire success in fruitive activities and therefore they worship the demigods. Quickly, of course, man gets results from fruitive work in this world. Right? So, generally people so kankshita here means people's desire, right? People are desiring for material benefit, right? Therefore, so they worship the different demigods. Iha devta means the devtas of this material world, right? So different demigods are also of this, belongs to this material world only, right? So this is the answer, right? Lord is saying to Arjuna that why people are working, why people are worshipping different demigods, because they want material benefits. And how how they are getting this material benefit? By worshipping the different demigods, different devtas, right? And Shipram means quickly, very quickly, right? They are getting the results also very quickly, right? Nowadays we see people are um, going for, towards the instant things, right? Instant coffee, instant noodles, instant thing, instant, right? So everywhere we want results very instantly, right? Quickly. So wherever we are seeing the results quickly, we are going that side. So that's why the people in general also worshipping the devtas, because they are getting the results also as they are worshipping the demigods, right? So different demigods are appointed for different benedictions, right? So they are also appointed basically, right? Different demigods, and so they bestowed them to the people. Okay. Okay, and yeah, Siddhir basically means the success, and Karmaja means the fruitive activity. So by the fruitive activities, people see the success, right? So this is what we understand the full shloka. Okay, and then in 9.23, right, Krishna will, in subsequent chapters, we will read this. So here also Krishna is talking about the Devtas worship. So we'll just uh, connect this. So those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith, actually worshipping only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in wrong way. So here we in just in our today's shloka, 12th shloka, we are reading here that and understanding that people, those who are looking for the immediate benefits, right, or the material benefits, they are worshipping the devtas. And in subsequent chapter on Krishna is saying they, even if they are worshipping the demigods, they are worshipping me. It means whatever they are offering, actually that is coming to Krishna only. How we should understand this? It doesn't mean like we are, if we are worshipping demigods, we are worshipping Krishna. It means Krishna is only empowering the demigods, right? Basically Krishna, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and under him all the demigods are working, right? So these demigods are empowered by the Krishna for certain things, right? For doing uh, certain functions, right? So this, so if even if they are worshipping the demigods, they are worshipping me. That's what Krishna is saying. But they are doing in the wrong way. That's the thing. Basically, they don't have understanding. They should not worshipping the demigods. They should directly worship the Krishna. And in the next shloka, 21st shloka also, what is the translation? Krishna is saying, I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifice. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. So basically, the if they are if they are worshipping only the demigods, right? So they can fall down basically, because that demigods are also giving the benediction which are temporarily, right? They are not the permanent. So the only enjoyer and master is the Krishna, right? So we should worship Krishna. That's what is written. Okay, we'll read some important points from the purport. It's very important purport by Srila Prabhupada and very interesting to understand. So many of nice points Prabhupada has written here. So like first point, we can understand that demigods are not different forms of Supreme Lord, but are parts and parcels, right? So demigods are like many people are saying that you can worship this, that, anyone, right? It's same. Everything is same. If either you worship Ganesha or Krishna or Durga, right? Everything is same. No. So here it is clearly mentioned that demigods and Supreme Personality of Godhead are not at different, not not the same, but they are the different parts and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So demigods basically are different part and parcel. Like we understand that there is a tree, right? There is a root, and there are different parts, right? Of like a stem, leaf, like fruits. So all of these are the different parts, but it's originated from that root, right? That seed is the one which is given by Krishna, right? And that with the seed, everything that part and parcel is coming, right? So, so there are many examples we can understand this analogy. Like in our companies, right? CEO is there, right? We know CEO is only one, right? And then under him, there are many different directors or managers, right? Or engineers, right? And I mean, these are the hierarchy, right? So first, only the highest is the CEO, and there is one CEO, right? And under him only all are working. So similarly, the Krishna is the CEO or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Under him, all the demigods are working. And just like that, different directors, managers, right? They are managing their own um, departments, right? Their own department, and they are leading their departments, right? They have the control also. It's not like they don't have any control. So they have some control. They can control under them those who are working, right? Like engineers or subordinates, whoever is working. So they are also having some control. Similarly, the demigods also have some control or some power, and even as similar as directors also getting the powers from whom? The CEO, right? He is or she is empowering them to do certain things. Similarly, the Krishna is empowering the demigods to do certain tasks, right? Like Indra, Chandra, Varuna, right? Surya, all are doing their or working in their department, right? Uh, they are handling certain things, right? Like Indra is handling the rain, right? And sun god is giving the light and heat, right? And Varun Dev is god of the Vayu, right? So this is how they are managing the things, right? Um, again, we can understand this by there is one more example of our government, right? Even in our government, the president or prime minister is one, right? And under him, there are so many ministers and MLAs, right? So they are also empowered by the president or the prime minister, right? And they are also reporting to him, right? And they are also get power from the supreme entity, right? So and then one next point Prabhupada is saying God is one, right? And Prabhupada is quoting from Upanishads that Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Eko Yo Bahunam Vidadhati Kamam. So this is what Prabhupada is saying, that God is one, right? And we are part and parcel of Him, right? We means all the living entities, not even demigods, even the human beings and even reptiles, animals, birds, bees, all are the part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right, Krishna. So here Nitya Nityanam means Nitya means we are also eternal, Lord is also eternal, right? We are also living entity, and Lord is also living entity. So then what is the difference? The difference is Eko Yo Bahuna Vidadhatikam. So one who is in the singular number means he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is supplying the food stuff to the Nityanam means the plural, the Bahu, those who are in the plural numbers means the living entities. So different living entities are supplied the food stuff or all the necessities from the one Nityam, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So he is also eternal, we are also eternal. But what is the difference? We are the getting the supplies from the him, from Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? Ishvara Parama Krishna. This is also Prabhupada is writing. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Radhir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. Right? The Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna. Right? Ishvara Parama Krishna. Okay. And then demigods are delegated with powers to manage this material world. This is, we just understand, right, that different demigods, they are getting power from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself, right? And with that power, they are managing the certain things of this material world. So, Then Prabhupada is talking about the atheist or Pashandi. Who is the atheist or Pashandi? God and the demigods are on the same level. Those who are believing on that God and demigods are on the same level. They are called atheist or Pashandi, right? So many even humans also, right? Sometimes we see they claim that they are God or they can make you God, right? So those are Pashandis, right? They are not the follower of Sanatan Dharma. They are basically the Pashandis or atheists. They are not. We should not believe on them, right? So Supreme Lord is worshipped by demigods such as Brahma and Shiva. So Shiva Viranchi Nutam. This is coming from the Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 5th chapter and 33rd shloka is where Shiva and Viranchi means the Brahma. So Brahma and Shiva are also worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, means the Krishna, right? So even Brahma and Shiva also can't be compared with the with the Krishna on equal plane, right? They are also the part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter 7th shloka, Krishna is saying, Mame Vamsho Jeev Loke, right? So all the living entities are the ansha of his. So Supreme Krishna is the Supreme and he is the Supreme whole, and from him all the demigods and even all the living entities are coming. So that's why Krishna is the Aham Bija Pratapita, right? He is the Supreme Father of all the living entities. So here Iha Devta is significant. So Iha Devta means Iha means in this material world, and Devta means the powerful man or the demigods of this material world. So this we can understand Iha Devta. And then Narayana, Vishnu or Krishna does not belong to this material world. So this is also confirmed by the impersonalist philosopher like Shankaracharya, right? Shankaracharya also maintained this, that the Narayan or the Krishna is not of this world, right? Not of this material world. So we should understand that Krishna doesn't belong, even if he is coming to this material world as a human being, but he doesn't belong to this material world. He is of the supreme abode, right? Okay. So there are some more couple of points. So then next Prabhupada is saying about the foolish people. Like he has mentioned in the shloka it is mentioned Hrita Jnana, right? Means the foolish people worshipping the demigods because they want immediate results, right? So so then they are desiring for the temporary thing. They are desiring for the material benefit, but they don't know that these will go by time, right? The demigods of this material world as well as their worshippers will vanish with the annihilation of this material world. The boons of the demigods are material and temporary. So even the demigods are because they are also belonging to the material world, right? And the worshippers who are worshipping the demigods, they are also belonging to the material world. And whatever the boons the demigods are giving to the people in general, they are also, that boon is also of in temporary nature, right? So they can that everything will be vanished with the time, right? When the pralay will come or the annihilation will happen, right? Everything will go or the will destroy, right? So we are looking for this temporary benefit. The people are looking for the temporary benefit, but that will go by the time. So that's why it is called Hrita Gyan. They are foolish people. They don't have intelligence. They are not looking for the permanent happiness or permanent thing which can sustain for long or eternally, right? Because we are eternal, we want the eternal happiness. But if we are not worshipping or we are not following the eternal Sanatan Dharma, right? Sanatan means the eternal Dharma means the worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We are worshipping the demigods. It means we are just wasting our time and we are just looking for the temporary benefit, right? And we know this. There are a very nice example of the Ravan and the Hiranyakashipu, right? Ravan worship whom? The Lord Shiva, right? And Lord Shiva also gave him nice boons, right? But that also we know that Ravana got killed, right, by Ram. So even if he did so much of tapasya, right? Why? To become eternal and to get more of more wealth. But all the wealth went off, right? As soon as he left the body, right? And Hiranyakashipu, he was so clever, he wanted to become eternal, right? And he asked Brahmaji to make him eternal, but Brahma himself is told that I am also not eternal, how can I give that boon? So he played around, right? He asked that I should not die here, there, not in night, not in right day, right? I mean, every permutation and combination he put it, and he asked the boon from Brahmaji, but he also died, right? So whatever you do in this material world, whatever boon we can get it, but that will be destroyed. That's what we should understand from this, right? But the intelligent persons is in Krishna consciousness, no need to worship the partly demigods for some immediate temporary benefit, right? Generally, human society is made after temporary things. People are rarely interested in Krishna consciousness. They are mostly interested in material enjoyment, and therefore they worship some powerful living entity. So people are hankering for temporary things, and they are using that temporary things, and then they are losing it, and then they are losing. Either that things will destroy or will consume, or you will only destroy, right? And then again you will take again birth, right? Because your desires are not fulfilled, so you have to again take birth, and then again you will hanker for the things. You will again. So this the Janam Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, this chakra will go on, right? So we will be in this material world only, and we are hankering the things, and we are just getting that thing, and then we are consuming that, enjoying that thing, and then again it will destroy. So that will. So this is not the means permanent solution, right? If we are looking forward for the temporary benefit of money or power or prestige or whatever, family or these things, right? That these are all temporary things. So there is no achievement in hankering for the temporary things. So there is very nice pastime of Dhruv Maharaj coming in the Srimad Bhagavatam, right? So Dhruv Maharaj, he was also hankering for the material benefit initially, right? He started worshipping Lord Vishnu because he wanted very bigger kingdom, greater than his great grandfather Brahmaji, right? So he wants this boon. So that he wants a very big kingdom. Okay, but this shloka is coming, which is once the once the Dhruv Maharaj seen the Lord Vishnu, right, face to face. So he is saying himself this shloka. What he is saying? We'll just read the translation. Oh my Lord, because I was seeking an opulent material position, I was performing severe types of penance and austerity. So he want material benefit, very high position in the in the material world. So he was doing the same thing, like the severe penances and austerity he was doing. But what he is saying next, now I have gotten you, who are very difficult for the great demigods, saintly persons, and kings to attain. So to attain the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not an easy task, right? Your Supreme Personality of Godhead is not even. I mean, even not demigods or saintly person can't also not attend but he got like Dhruv Maharaj in 6 months only, right? In the 6 months time, he was doing so much of austerity to please the Lord Vishnu, and Vishnu came. So I was searching. So what he was saying, after I was searching after a piece of glass, but instead I have found a most valuable jewel. Right, so he was looking for the broken pieces of glasses, but he got the diamond. Right, diamond in the sense of in the presence of the Lord Himself came. Right, so therefore I am so satisfied that I do not wish to ask any benediction from you. So he got satisfied, right? So that's the thing. That's the bhakti process, and that's the beauty of the taking the shelter of the Krishnas and the path of this devotion, right? When we are taking the path of devotion, even if we are materially motivated, but in that process, like Dhruv Maharaj, if we get purified, right, because we are worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hridayanasti Suhat Satam. So he is there in our hearts, right? And he will clean our heart, right, with all the material things what we are just looking for the material benefit. He will clean that. He will do his part, and then we will not have any material desire, right? So then that's how we can follow this very nice pastime, or we can understand this Dhruv Maharaj mood, right? Even if we are materially motivated, but at, in the process of this uh, bhakti, or the path of devotion, we can clean ourselves, and we can get rid of this material desires, and um, we can go back to Godhead, right? Basically, that is the supreme or the eternal destination, right? So, what is the best way to go back to Godhead, or taking the shelter of the Krishna, right? Which is the permanent result, right? In the Bhagavad Gita also, Lord is saying that whatever, even swalpa api dharma, means even if you are doing a small amount of this dharma or the devotional path, that will record in your account. So even if you do some part and you died, but next time, whenever you will start your next life, you will start from that point only. But in our bank balance and all other things, we have to start from zero, right? But this spiritual bank balance will be starting from the next level only. So that is the beauty of this Krishna consciousness path. And how we can take the shelter of Krishna consciousness, I mean, this process of Krishna consciousness, by the chanting of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It's a very easy method, and very sublime method for reviving our Krishna consciousness, which is dormant in our hearts, right? So, and that's it, because there is class, I think, in 7:30, so we need to finish with this now only. Shrimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Any question or comment? Quickly, if there is something. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Stop.